There it is.
There we duplicate.
Okay, this either sounds really bad or these headphones are not very good.
That's not it. Those are top dollar.
Welcome to our podcast, Redeemed. As you can see, Amanda has new headphones tonight.
I forgot the headphones. I need to get some and leave them here.
No, that'd be a good call.
Because I keep... Also, maybe someone could just tell me when I'm at the church that we're going to record the podcast this week.
I did.
That would have been great, too.
I did.
No, you didn't. I asked, do I need to bring the stuff? And you said, no, we're going to do it Sunday after church. So I had to go to the church and get everything, and I forgot my headphones. But Cooper,
Yep.
the 3-year-old, had headphones.
Yeah.
Can always count on him.
Yeah. He said I could borrow them.
Yeah. The fact that she had to ask permission cracks me up.
There
I
he is.
asked. Yeah, they're not mine.
As you can tell, there's a giraffe on one. Yeah, anyway,
Yeah.
they're nice.
A giraffe and bees.
There you go.
Decorated himself.
They're not
Apparently
very
he got
good.
to choose. That's they come blank and you get to choose.
So if the sound is bad, that's why.
That's why.
So
Couldn't tell.
I can't tell.
all right, so we're continuing on following the Israelites through. We are getting to one of the pretty famous stories. We've tried to pick out the more famous ones as we've been going through. This one, though, a lot of people have heard of this one.
Yeah.
It's kind of unique and kind of fun, and so it has a...
It's very unique.
Yeah, it's very unique, and I think that's why people remember it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's not really a story you forget.
No. So we're going to be talking about Balaam. Mm-hmm. And I'm pretty sure that as soon as I say Balaam, most of you associate that with an animal. Yeah, a donkey. Right. Balaam and his donkey.
+1.
But before we get to talking about the donkey part, I think it's kind of important just to look at who Balaam was. As we were sitting here doing a little research on it through our Quest Bibles and stuff, it apparently he was not a good guy. Let's just put it that way.
Pagan prophet, so yeah, not great.
And which I find interesting because first of all that he had enough wherewithal to actually consult the God of Israel, because I'm sure he consulted more than one God.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And that he had enough wherewithal that when Balak came to him and said, "Hey, I need you to put a curse on these Israelites."
Yeah.
Because you said they were neighbors, right? The Moabites.
Yeah,
and-
it's the Balak. He sent out the messengers to Balaam, and the message was: "A people has come out of Egypt. They cover the face of the land and have settled next to me." Talking about the Israelites. Now come put a curse on these people because they are too powerful for me. Perhaps then I will be able to defeat them and drive them out of the land. For I know that whoever you bless is blessed, and whoever you curse is cursed. So apparently Balaam was pretty good at what he did.
Yeah, apparently.
But
He did not like his neighbors.
He did not.
yeah, Balak was not a fan of the Israelites being next door.
But I think also, too, he was worried about it, too, kind of like the
he was-
Egyptians were. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That they were very numerous people, and he was more concerned about them coming in and taking over his land,
He said right there, they're because they are too powerful for me.
which they were doing. They were marching in and taking over other places. You know what I'm
Finally.
saying? So, I mean, at some point, you can begin to see why he was
Yeah.
concerned.
Well, he was next.
Yep. So then, Balaam then tells Balak, well, give me a night. Let me go talk to the God of Israel.
Let me chat with him. I'm
Yeah.
sure he has nothing to say about
Yeah.
this.
And if he's, which then also, again, too, it's interesting to me that he had enough wherewithal, again, to, if he says to go, I'll go. If he says no, I'm not going. You know what I'm saying?
He seemed to have I won't call it understanding. If he had true understanding, he wouldn't have gone against God. But he at least understood that the God of Israel was powerful.
Absolutely. And he connected it with their success.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he was a dumb guy by any
Nope.
means.
Nope, not by any means.
Just a bad guy.
So he goes and has a conversation with God. God does communicate with him and tells him that he's not supposed to curse him, but he's supposed to bless him.
Bless him.
And that and I think originally, because he goes back to the Lord twice. The first time the Lord says, "No, you're not going, because I have blessed these people." The second time, then the Moabites come again. Balak comes again and says, "Hey, I need you to do this for me," and he ups the price for his services.
Yep.
Balaam once again goes again. This time the Lord says yes to go, but to only say what I tell you to say.
Do only what I tell you.
And so Balaam takes that as a green light to go. But if you're reading the commentaries, his heart wasn't in the right place.
Yep, that's the commentary asks, why did God tell Balaam to go only to get very angry when he went? And it talks about, I won't read it all here, but it does talk about that God knew the attitude of Balaam's heart, and it was selfish, essentially.
It was selfish. He was doing it only for the money, and God just wasn't on board with that. So yes, you can go, but you're supposed to do it the way I want you to. And if you don't do it the way I want to, well, here's what happens. So he's on his way, and I'm sure Balaam was excited because he was getting paid pretty good for this one.
Yeah,
And
big payday.
And so he was headed out. They get to a narrow spot in the road.
Yep.
And I'm kind of doing a quick overview of it because we don't have,
Yeah. Otherwise, you guys are going to quit watching.
Yeah. Narrow spot in the road. Sounded like there was a wall on both sides, and for some reason the donkey could see the angel.
Yeah.
Drawn sword in hand.
And if my memory serves me right, the donkey avoided him twice.
Turned off the road into the field. Yep. Balaam beat it to get it back on the road. Then the angel of the Lord stood in a narrow path through the vineyards with walls on both sides. That was the second time.
Yeah, to where the donkey couldn't get through.
Yep.
And that is when...
Well, he crushed Balaam's foot against the wall.
Yeah.
So
And
then Balaam was ticked.
What did you want him to do? There's an angel in the
Donkey
way.
caught another beating.
Yeah.
Poor donkey.
And it's about that time I think it laid down and then it started to talk to Balaam.
No, not yet. There's another time.
Oh, there's another time.
Crushed Balaam's foot against the wall, beat the donkey again. Then the angel of the Lord moved on ahead and stood in a narrow place where there was no room to turn, either to the right or the left.
Yeah,
Then
that's
he laid down.
And this time,
that was the spot that's the spot I was talking about.
Yep.
Yeah.
So 3 times.
Yeah, where he was at a spot where the donkey couldn't get around, and at this point he does beat the donkey again, and
Donkey just lays there.
Yeah, the donkey lays down, and of course Balaam is still irritated by this. Then the donkey starts to talk to him.
Yeah.
Then the Lord opened the donkey's mouth, and it said to Balaam, "What have I done to you to make you beat me these 3 times?"
It's a fair question.
It's a great question.
Fair question by the donkey.
And in the text in the Bible here, it does not mention about Balaam hesitating at all or anything like
No,
that.
he answered the
I would
donkey.
like to see again, popping the VHS tape in. I want to see Balaam's facial expressions when the donkey first opens his mouth. Like, was there a pause? Was there something, or did he just immediately answer the donkey? "You made a fool of me. If only I had a sword in my hand, I would kill you right now." They're just having a straight up conversation.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like there's a break. Nothing. He doesn't even take a breath. He doesn't even act surprised. He's just talking to his donkey.
And another part that I haven't really noticed until just now, at the very beginning of this, it says Balaam got up in the morning, saddled his donkey, and went with the Moabite officials. Were they watching all this?
And could they hear the donkey?
I hope not.
It's a great question.
I just noticed
And what was
that
their
part.
take on the whole thing?
What is this guy doing talking to his donkey?
Unless they got separated, like they were, like maybe they were up ahead. And
That's
he
what I was
behind.
thinking. Yeah, they were up
And
ahead.
because that could very well be. But
I hope they were just watching the whole thing
Yeah,
take place.
Yeah.
sorcerers, man,
Yeah.
they just all
Yeah.
look at each other. They're weird
And
guys.
we're paying him to do what?
Yeah.
This is the guy we're counting on, huh?
And then after he has his conversation with the donkey, the Lord opens Balaam's eyes, and he's able to see the angel is standing in the way.
Yeah, because the donkey's trying to figure out, why can't you see this thing? Because that thing is going to knock us out.
Yeah.
He should have
it's still-
apologized to the donkey.
Yeah, he should
He
have.
never apologized.
That's a good point.
Yeah. And I wonder if the donkey could keep talking after that.
Just turns into the donkey from Shrek.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. You know what I'm saying?
I do like this last part. The last
talking
thing
to
that he
everybody.
said. Am I not your own donkey, which you have always ridden to this day? Have I been in the habit of doing this to you? And I just wonder again, did Balaam kind of pause and think, well, no. It just says no, he said. So then the Lord opened his eyes and he could see the angel.
Yep.
It's a simple question, yes or no?
And
You went with no.
and how powerful it was, because even Balaam, who, as we kind of talked about, not the greatest guy, bowed low and fell face down as soon as he saw the angel. Like, well, all right.
And the Lord kind of corrects him and says, "You will do only what I tell you to do, and you best put your heart in the right place."
Okay.
And Balaam decides that that's probably the best way to go. And when
There's
he
an
gets-
angel with a sword.
Yeah. And so when he gets there to this spot where he's supposed to curse the Israelites, what does he do? He blesses them. Of course, that doesn't go over real well with Balak. And I think I haven't refreshed my memory on it, but I think he blesses them more than once. And Balak becomes very irritated because he wanted them to curse him, not bless him.
Yeah.
I'd also like to say that when the angel was talking, it said, "The donkey saw me and turned away from me these 3 times. If it had not turned away, I would certainly have killed you by now. But I have
Yeah.
spared you."
Which then ask me a
Okay,
question.
thank you, donkey.
Yeah.
Okay, which then begs the question too. So did the angel just not want to move towards Balaam to wipe him
kill
out?
him?
I mean,
She's like, "He's so far away.
yeah, that's like
My sword doesn't reach that far."
I think it was just a 3 strikes and you're out rule. That's how I'm taking this. Because the first time the donkey had a field to veer off
Yeah.
into. Then it was a narrow wall, and then it was a spot where literally there was nowhere to
sit
go.
here.
So it was like, if you guys go forward, you're dead.
Oh, I get that.
3 strikes, you're
Thank
out.
goodness
Yep.
for the donkey
Yeah.
that just sat
Oh,
there.
the donkey's the total hero of
The
this story.
donkey's the hero of the story.
Fact. That's a fact.
And that is why this story is so well known, is because there's not very many of them stories in the Bible where animals started talking.
No.
There should have been more.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, apparently
would've
the way
liked-
Balaam's going about this, like, it was commonplace.
Yeah, apparently.
It's just like,
And
He's like, "Another talking donkey."
this thing won't shut up.
last week it was a dog, then a cat, now a donkey.
So sick
Man,
of
I
these
gotta
things
get some new
talking to me.
animals.
Yeah, pretty much.
And if you were just to take a look at this and just to pull some things, the thing that kind of sticks out is God's always in charge and He always has a plan, and He will use the people He needs to get the job done.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, in this particular thing, He's used a donkey.
Yep.
Used a donkey to save Balaam's life and to get his attention. But before that, He's using a pagan prophet to put a blessing on His people. God will accomplish whatever He needs to by any means necessary. Now, the danger with that train of thought, and I want to be clear on this too, that doesn't mean that we need to just stop completely what we're doing. Okay? What I mean by stop by what we're doing is serving the Lord.
Don't wait for the donkey to talk to you.
Right. We want to keep serving the Lord, find out where He's working, and join with Him.
Correct.
But don't think just because don't think you're the critical part to it, though. If you decide you're not going to do it, He will find another way to do it.
He'll get a donkey.
He'll literally get a donkey.
Yeah.
You're not special.
Yeah. Yeah. It's our job to find out where God is working and join with Him.
Correct.
So, but still just a great story.
Oh,
Great
yeah.
story. I mean, just, yeah. Oh, the donkey. And I wonder if it did kind of turn into the donkey like off of Shrek. You know what I'm saying? They could just talk for the rest of the time. That'd be
I
interesting.
feel like we would have maybe seen more accounts of that in history.
Oh, possible. Yeah,
You know?
good point.
Or maybe those people would everyone thought they were crazy, so
Yeah.
they just destroyed those accounts.
Yeah. Those guys are psychos.
Well, it was a false prophet sorcerer, so I mean,
Yeah.
maybe
Looney
they just
bin.
talked about that.
To the loony bin.
Yeah. All right. Well, you guys have a great week, and we'll catch you next time.